Hi Asha, thanks for speaking to us today. Asha, can you tell me what asset classes you think will be the most popular going forward in this region?
$1 million question for which I think there are a million answers out there, and everyone that you ask will probably come up with a different asset class. So if you ask me, what I have to say is that an investor needs to have a long-term conviction into any and every asset class that he feels comfortable with, for which he can do the due diligence, for which he understands the fundamentals. He could just go long on the traditional asset classes, or he could do a balanced mix of a portfolio of traditional as well as alternative asset classes. So it's not really a question of my picking up stocks or bonds or private equity or hedge funds and saying this is what it should be. But if you ask me in my personal capacity as to what asset classes would perform well, I think if we look at this region, the MENA region, I think private equity is a hard nut to crack, but once it's done, I think the upside on the private equity side in this region is fantastic.
That's really interesting. And what can fund managers do to be successful in this region?
They should stop reading all the research that they get and develop their own convictions. They have to be on the ground. You can't really be suitcase bankers coming into this region and then looking at research coming out of Canary Wharf or the Wall Street and depend on that. You have to be on the ground, talk to the family offices who are based here and have been working in different asset classes for many decades, and then build on their convictions and then take it forward from there.
And are fund managers doing this? Do they have people on the ground?
Fortunately, the trend has changed in the past decade or so, and most importantly after the recession, that people have started setting up their shops in the region and have people on the ground and taking a more focused view of interacting with local family offices and getting a feel from them rather than pushing their own products.
Yes, and there's also been a lot of upheaval in the Middle East. Are there any concerns that people should be aware of?
It's dubbed as the Arab Spring, and spring is good. So the upheavals have had impacted the stock exchanges, which interestingly, there used to be a time when in our economic classes the professors used to say stock exchange is the barometer of the economy.
Yes.
What has really happened is that the stock market is actually driving down the sentiment now. So the upheaval has had a very different kind of an impact on the economic fundamentals, but by and large, I think it's only leading towards greater good in terms of economic and political liberalization. So we have to take it and embrace it with more positivity than anything else.
Great. Thank you so much for your time today. Thank you.
My pleasure. Okay.